Hello, we're live. Thanks for tuning in. We are live here on a Wednesday. It is Wednesday, March the 9th, and this is the lunchtime edition of the Daily Craig Sports Show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. There's a lot of sports things going on right now, so we figured it's a good idea to jump in and let's talk a little bit. So, the big news, obviously, is with the NFL. Aaron Rodgers is re-signing with the Packers. We don't know exactly how much it is yet because he claimed to Pat McAfee, which they have a great relationship, so there's no reason to not believe that aspect of it. But it sounds like he is not totally sure on the years or the money, but he is back. There's a report out there that was 4 years, like 50 million a year or something. That was said that was false by McAfee and Rodgers. So we'll see what happens there. But they put the franchise tag on Devontae Adams, and now they are going to be below the cap and have some money and some opportunity to hopefully sign some free agents. It's really weird to think that he's only won one Super Bowl. It's crazy. So hopefully, for kind of his legacy's sake, he hopefully can get in there and get the job done. Of course, he's in a loaded NFC, but that's the big news. There were so many teams that were rumored in on him: Steelers, Colts, Broncos, Panthers. You go through the list of teams that were, according to sources, calling on Aaron Rodgers. It's really cool to see that he's back at Green Bay. So that'll be fun. That'll be really, really cool to see as he hopefully gets to another Super Bowl. The other breaking news is Russell Wilson leaving the NFC over to the AFC. He's with the Broncos now. They gave up Drew Lock, tight end, linebacker, a ton of draft picks. There's people thinking that Seattle won the deal. And while I'm not the biggest Russell Wilson fan, I think he's good. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's a great player. Is he going to take them from point A to point B? We'll see. Denver, I think, has got a much better roster than what people are giving them credit for. They think they're ready. They've got Judy. They've got the running backs. They've got a defense. They're ready to roll. So we'll see what happens. And don't forget, they've got pretty young over the last couple of years. So we'll see what happens there. I think there's a lot of good football left with Russ. It sounds like he really wanted to go to Denver and nowhere else. So we'll see, what happens over the next few weeks as free agency begins, and he can really start to, I guess, put his own spin on the franchise. He put a big thing out today saying thank you to Seattle, thanking them for, being there and all of his time spent with the franchise. So those are the big moves going on right now nationally. Now you start to look at these teams that were either in on Russ or in on Rodgers, and you start to say, okay, well, what do they do now, right? I mean, it's one of those where Pittsburgh being one of them. Pittsburgh was really, they were really, who knows what the truth was, right? Who knows? But they were really big. It felt like they were really big on Aaron Rodgers, really big. And it also felt like Washington, the Commanders, put a big package of trades and people out there to get Russell Wilson. And he said no. So now where are these teams going? These are the first two dominoes to fall. And now everybody else has got to fall behind. So one thing that we here in Indianapolis are looking at is, what are you doing? What are we doing with Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz is still the quarterback. Eric Fisher, the left tackle, is going to hit the open market to see if he can basically get more money being a Colts fan, you're fine with that. On the outside world, you think, oh my gosh, Eric Fisher, he's awesome. He's the number one pick. He was so great. He was awful last year. He was not good. So many times he was getting burnt. And I know you kind of look at everything. Is Carson Wentz the problem here? Is Carson Wentz going to be better somewhere else? Him to Pittsburgh has got a lot of momentum for some reason. I don't know what. Is he better than Mason Rudolph? I mean, we don't really know what Mason Rudolph is. There's also one of the rumored trades, and who knows if this is legit, was Quentin Nelson for 2 top 10 picks for the Giants. I mean, do that every day of the week. The whole debate here now in Indianapolis is the owner says all chips in. They've got a bunch of money to play with, but what are you going to do? We've got a general manager that historically has not spent money. We've got an owner that historically wants to go for it. And this has been a very, very calm, cool, patient franchise. They take their time looking at things. Last week during the combine, they couldn't commit either way on Carson Wentz. It's a franchise that really is kind of the slow to react, basically. And if you have been here and you're a horseshoe guy, then they're going to take care of you. I know that that's the same for a lot of places, but it's really especially the fact here. Jack Doyle just retired at tight end, so we'll see how that plays into things as well. But anyway, there's a lot of things going on in the NFL. I mean, who knows what will happen today? Is Tom Brady going to unretire? Back to Carson Wentz a little bit. You look at the interception to touchdown ratio, and there's different things out there that national people are saying, why are you so mad at him? Why did the Colts not want him? His completion percentage was awful. Yards per attempt was awful. And it sounds like the leadership. Dan Orlovsky from ESPN had a great couple segments the last few weeks talking about his leadership and what apparently they are not seeing in the Colts front office. So it's really interesting to hear somebody like that used to be in the position, that actually used to play here, what he thinks the problem is. And it sounds like the leadership role is not what they're looking for out of Carson Wentz. The direction of the franchise, it's not appear to be what they're looking for with Carson Wentz. And frankly, my opinion is we lost to the Raiders and to the Jaguars with both of those games a chance to clinch a playoff spot. Why are we bringing anybody back that's in question? I mean, there shouldn't be a question on some of these guys we're bringing back. If you can't get the job done on those 2 games, and that may be harsh, but that's at the end of the day, you're getting judged on what's going on out there. So I think that changes are in need. The AFC just got a whole heck of a lot more difficult. The Broncos are a legit team now. You got the Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers. The Raiders, even though they were right on the doorstep, they got a new coach. I think they're ready to make a step up to get to the playoffs. If they're not, can you somehow get Carr away from there? But anyway, a lot of football stuff going on, a lot of different things. With free agency, we're going to have a lot of news coming in the next couple of days as free agency is getting ready to get started. The NBA, who is it? MLB, Major League Baseball. Strike's still going on. Bob Nightingale is your guy at B Nightingale. He's from the USA Today. He is the inside source for all of the lockout, the strike, everything like that. It appears that the international draft is the last obstacle to reach a labor deal. The Major League Baseball wants it and eliminate the qualifying offers for free agents. The union does not want it. They're going to see what's going on. This is lockout day number 98. If an agreement is reached today, the opening day will be April 6th and 7th, with regular season extended for 3 days. The other missed games from week-long delay would be made up in doubleheaders during the season, so we'd still go the full 162. Now, I'm on the motion here with Major League Baseball that they got to figure this out because they're the only sport that we have this. NFL had a labor a big fight a few years ago. Remember, at the end of the day, we had Jeff Saturday and Robert Kraft hugging. They figured everything out in a pretty timely manner. Basketball doesn't have these labor stoppages. baseball is the only one that has this crap happen all the time. So if Max Scherzer and all those guys are going to dig their heels in, then dig them in, make the change that you need, and move on and figure this crap out. Because not having spring training games is a big deal. It's a big deal because people, if I'm sitting here on March 9th, turn the TV on and we'll get to college basketball in a minute. There's a strong chance that there's a spring training game I'm going to have it on. I'm going to stream it or have it on just in the background. If I know many people going to Florida for spring break that were going to possibly try to check out a spring training game. There's just different things going on to get you prepared for the baseball season, and not having spring training is a big deal. It really is. So it's frustrating. It's annoying. So we'll see what happens as that all kind of goes down, I guess. Basically, we'll see what happens with football. We'll see what happens with baseball. It sounds like an agreement might actually happen for Major League Baseball, which would be huge. Today, college basketball, Syracuse and Florida State. I mean, today the college basketball landscape gets you ready for the weekend, right? It gets you ready for tomorrow, which gets you ready for Friday, and then into the semifinals Friday, Saturday of all these conference tournaments. Locally, the Big Ten tournament is here in Indianapolis. Some teams are going to play their way in, out in a quick manner. Our Indiana Hoosiers here have got to win probably 2 games. They got to beat Michigan. So we'll see what happens. Butler was a national story there for a while. And unfortunately, they've just fallen off. They've got an under 500 record. They're just getting their brains beat in the Big East. They did all this work to get there, and then they are struggling. Georgia, it appears, is going to part ways with Tom Crean. Tom Crean, formerly of Marquette and then IU. So there's big games going on all over the place with college basketball. This is a great time to kind of wet your beak and get you ready for next week. Right now, you just turn on ESPN or ESPN2 or put the app in the background and see what's going on. Another opportunity that Major League Baseball is missing out on. So you really just kind of see who your team is. I actually, before we step away from college, I coached 13U baseball, and I told my boys, I said, everybody have a favorite college team? Yeah. Mine's Carolina, kids is Purdue, and all that stuff. You like your college team. Watch their college baseball programs. Watch them. There's good baseball being played. They're very fundamentally sound. There's things that we can all learn from. They're great, fun, exciting games, and I think ESPN's doing a pretty good job of pushing those out there for us. So make sure you're taking advantage of that and watching those games as well. Okay, you know what we do before we end our broadcast every single day. So to recap, today we talked NFL, a lot of big news going on. Hopefully Major League Baseball is back. There's a bunch of college basketball. I think we'll be able to have a show tomorrow too, hopefully, so we can really dig into college basketball. There's all kinds of analysts out there talking about the bubble and who's going to make it and who's not. I don't believe any of them. I mean, they said, and I'm biased, I'll be honest, North Carolina Tar Heels are on the bubble looking out. May not make it. They beat Duke, and now they're in the top 25. So, what are we doing here? It's just a really, really weird time for sports. But it's also pretty fun because what makes it interesting is you've got all the sports going on right now, and I'm not even counting Major League Baseball. You've got football that just owns the calendar year round, and then you've got you got basketball that's winding down here, and you got baseball that's probably should be, at the front of everybody's minds. But anyway, that's what we are. So today's team of the day for minor league baseball. Again, we're pushing a minor league baseball team every single day, regardless of the season. I love minor league baseball. I think it's fun. I think it's creative. They're unique. They're fun. Their names are cool. Social media accounts are top notch, and they do a lot of fun things, giveaways to fans, giveaway at the ballpark. It's something that we focus the team on the team every single day, and I encourage you to follow them. Today's team, the Durham Bulls, at Durham Bulls. They're the AAA national champions. They are the AAA affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays. They were famously shown out through the movie Bull Durham, and with Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon, and it's really, really a great uh, team, a great franchise, a great organization. It's a lot of fun things. Again, they're pushing things out. The MLB lockout does not impact minor league baseball. So they've got baseball coming April 12th, it appears, opening night. They do still have the bull out in the outfield. You hit a bull. You know, back in the day, it was you hit a bull, you get a steak, things like that. So there's a bunch of things with this franchise that you need to check out. They've got a great online shop. Their logo is top notch. It's the D with the bull going through it. Everybody knows the Durham Bulls. Everybody loves their logo, things like that. When I was commissioner of our recreational league here, I always had a team. We used minor league teams. I always used the Durham Bulls as the blue. And many coaches and moms and dads would go get hats and shirts and stuff like that to show their support. But anyway, at Durham Bulls, give them a follow. They're the AAA affiliate of the Rays, and they're the national champions from last year. So they got a good squad. So check them out. And if you're around that area in the Southeast, go check out that ballpark. It looks awesome. It's one I wish I could see. It looks really, really, really cool. They're a couple weeks ago actually showed some video getting the field ready. So looks like they're going to be ready for opening day on April 12th. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out. dailycraig.net is the website. Make sure you please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. We release a daily vlog just kind of showing off what we're up to. And then also we have a lot of fun with this. We have some gaming videos we release as well. So I thank you so much for being here. Hopefully your college basketball team makes a run. Hopefully yours has as good of a week as mine did. We beat Coach K on Coach K night. I loved it. It was so happy. I had a great time celebrating the win. Hopefully you go and give the Durham Bulls a follow. Again, it's at Durham Bulls. I thank you so much for tuning in. We will talk to you later.